There's a flap on the front near the bottom. I don't know. This is how I'm wearing it for the time being, though. All right. I got this for potentially Vegas. Yeah, she's not dropping out. She's not fucking endorsing Bernie Sanders. This motherfucker will end up endorsing Amy Klobuchar, dude. I see her endorsing Amy Klobuchar before Bernie Sanders. Mark my fucking words. Mark my fucking words, chat.
Now, over the past year, some 2 dozen campaigns have crisscrossed this state, each laying claim. So many of you turned out. Die-hard Democrats, independents unwilling to stay on the sidelines, and even some newly former Republicans ready to vote for something new.
I like
ready
that
to
he
vote
just
for a politics defined by how many we call in instead of by who we push out.
Dude, I hate this narrative so much.
So many of you chose to meet a new era of challenge with a new generation of leadership.
Bernie is declared winner by Vox. I'm so mad.
And the stakes could not be higher.
I'm so fucking mad, dude.
To miss the mark.
Bernie Sanders won New Hampshire. Bernie Sanders won Iowa. And I'm still fucking mad. I'm more mad than I was before, dude. And you should be too, and here's why. The fact that this fucking dipshit is polling the way he is exclusively because of the unlimited amount of positive media coverage he's gotten. It's because of Liz Smith. The fact that Amy Klobuchar is polling at the position that she's polling in is literally because of the unlimited amounts of free media that she has gotten. These people tried to wish Kirsten Gillibrand into existence. This is a funny
of our country in the eyes of the world. We dare not risk 4 more years of this presidency.
We are listening to Mayor Pete Buttigieg talk about his second place finish. It looks like here in New Hampshire, NBC News can now project that Bernie Sanders is going to win the New Hampshire primary. He's going to get not by as much as they would have liked to see. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, well, we go from here is Nevada, of course, but a 1.8 point lead by Bernie Sanders projected on his victory. And to me, I think you actually have to give credit to Sanders and his campaign. You know, Casey, you've been beating the drum for a very long time on, hey, folks, take Bernie Sanders seriously. And in a lot of ways, I think that we look back in the fall and right after he had his heart attack, I think that there was a lot of sense of that he was not going to be able to carry on, and he rallied the troops and looked at this victory in New Hampshire.
And in fairness, if this continues, I think there is going to likely be more scrutiny over that episode. I think we all expected there to be more of that. Let's bring in now NBC News road warrior Shaquille Brewster. He has been covering the Sanders.
That's why I keep looking behind me. They're not playing. News now here on the screen, and the supporters don't know the call just yet. I'll tell you that as Mayor Pete was on screen, and he's still on screen right now, but when he first hit the screen, you saw or you heard some of the supporters boo him, and then there was a chant that you heard, Wall Street Pete. That's, of course, goes into that attack that you heard from Senator Sanders.
Yeah, well, the New Hampshire results will probably look pretty similar to this, though. It's all young people that are carrying this, but unfortunately, it's not enough. Try to find a mainstream news site that says Bernie won. They all step around it because the same billionaires who own companies that run ads on these channels also pay for Buttigieg and Klobuchar's campaign. Fucking disgusting. Yes, true. Okay, I made a promise, and I will follow through on that promise. Okay? But before I do that, I'm going to milk it a little bit.
Between the audience, there's a buffer area where photographers come in. They are filing in now. You can tell Senator Sanders is coming out now. Going back to that point about Mayor Pete, when he came on stage, when he came on stage to give that speech, his picture popped up on the screens here, and there was scattered boos. I'm not going to say it was raucous boos. It didn't compete with the volume of the audience that you hear right now and of the supporters, but there were scattered boos. And then after he got into his speech, which they weren't playing, you didn't hear the full speech, but as they got into the speech, you heard the phrase, Wall Street Pete, Wall Street Pete. Casey, you're familiar with Twitter. You know what many Sanders supporters use, the hashtag that they use. It's not a new chant. It's not a new saying or accusation that they make with Mayor Pete. And the heart of it goes to his traditional fundraising. The fact that he does more traditional fundraising. And they are right now introducing Senator Sanders. I will duck down as not to get in the way. They just introduced him as the next president of the United States. And here he comes on stage.
We are, of course, watching Bernie Sanders, who NBC News has just projected is the winner of the New Hampshire primary. Bernie, of course, with his wife, Jane.
By the way, Bernie Sanders making history. Biggest win ever, percentage win ever for a Democratic New Hampshire primary, and the smallest percentage margin.
Indeed.
On there. Let's take a listen.
Is that true? Did he say next president?
Thank you. In Iowa. It's because of the hard work of so many volunteers. With victories behind us, popular vote in Iowa and the victory here tonight, we're going to Nevada, we're going to South Carolina, we're going to win those states as well. And tonight I want to take the opportunity to express my appreciation and respect for all of the Democratic candidates we ran against. Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, Elizabeth Warren, Joe Biden. And what I can tell you with absolute certainty, and I know I speak for every
Level
one
4
of
on the hype
Democratic
train already,
candidates,
ladies and gentlemen,
is that no matter who wins, and we certainly hope it's going to be us, we are going to unite together. We are going to unite together and defeat the most dangerous president in the modern history of this country. And the reason I believe we are going to win is that we have an unprecedented grassroots movement from coast to coast of millions of people. The reason that we are going to win because we have the agenda that speaks to the needs of working people throughout this country. Health care is a human right, not a privilege. We will make public colleges and universities tuition-free, and cancel all student debt. Unlike Donald Trump, we know that climate change is very real and an existential crisis for our planet.
It passed
Now,
2016,
our campaign
and we're nearing
is
2008
not
levels of
just
turnout.
about beating Trump. It is about transforming this country. It is about having the courage to take on Wall Street.
Obviously, probably not the size of victory that he was hoping to have. But, you know, I have to say, his supporters, it made him feel like a win. I mean, there is something there it felt bigger and louder than your Pete and your Amy. And that, you know, you got to give his crowd credit.
There is passion and energy at every Bernie Sanders
They're not looking
event.
at margin.
No, they are not.
Before we move further, before I move on and talk about all these things and give you my honest fears about this campaign so far and like the most significant issues we're going to potentially see, I have another promise that I will uphold. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. There you go. I hope you're happy. My hair is so crazy that it like literally looks like I don't believe that Elizabeth Warren is going to drop out in the end of this week. My take on this is that Elizabeth Warren is going to try to. Actually, she probably might. She actually might drop out by the end of this week because she took all of her funds and reverted them over to New Hampshire. I like Pete and I haven't had cable television in years. Yeah, well, you're a unique kind of fucking moron then. There you go. Good job on being a fucking idiot, but like without television. Like you don't even have an excuse then. You like purposely went in and dug up. Like you had every opportunity not to be a fucking idiot and you still decided to be a fucking idiot. So good job. What do you want? You want a fucking treat? Oh my God, Fisher. You want a treat? Good job. Sit. Sit. Come on. What is this? Stay. No. Stay. Bro, he can't even stay up. His legs are so powerful. His legs have like lost so much power. It's fucking so scary. I don't know why. Okay, stay. Okay. Good boy. Vet said arthritis. No, it's not that the floor is slippery.